Hello there, and welcome back to the next video in the baby registry series. In this one, I'm going to be talking about stuff you might need for baby sleep. In a previous video, I already talked about a crib, bassinet, mattress, and curtains, which in my opinion are all essential for baby sleep. And I'll link that below so you can check that out. All right, so let's get started with some swaddles. Something I often see recommended for swaddling are muslin blankets. While they are nice and come in all kinds of really cute designs, patterns, colors, I personally never found them useful for swaddling. Granted, I found these blankets to be very useful in a whole bunch of other ways, but I could not figure out how to swaddle my son with these blankets. I use them as padding for high chairs at restaurants. I've used them to cover his car seat when we were out in public. I have one in my car right now that I use to cover the window to create more darkness and to be less stimulating so that he could fall asleep in the car on longer trips. And of course, they're super useful for a little bit of privacy when you're nursing. Honestly, I think if you are able to swaddle your baby with one of these muslin blankets, you deserve an award. So when Thea was a newborn, we tried a few different kinds of swaddles. There is one that I wish that I had found sooner and had registered for it, and that is from the brand Love to Dream. And I'm pretty sure there's dupes for it as well. This one was really good for Theo at calming his startle reflex and allowed him to sleep a little bit longer. And they're nice because they have a two-way zipper, so it makes diaper changes a little bit easy. Another type of swaddle that is also really popular is from the brand Halo, but there are definitely dupes for this one out there as well. And this one uses big pieces of Velcro to kind of keep the arms in, but can also be used to just Velcro around the waist with the arms out. These ones also worked pretty good at keeping his startle reflex pretty calm, but these weren't really my favorite because I felt like the Velcro was just so noisy. So those aren't on the top of my list. The one I linked below is not from Halo, but it has the exact same features of the Velcro and a two-way zipper. So if we have a second baby, I really want to try this swaddle from Swaddlini. I've seen so many of their YouTube shorts, and I'm always amazed at how quickly the baby goes from fussing to nice and calm and ready to take their nap. I also plan on gifting one of these to my friend who's due in April, so hopefully she can tell me how the Swaddlini worked for her. So as baby gets older, they're going to outgrow their need for a swaddle, and that's when you can transition to a sleep sack. So the Halo swaddle has this feature, like I mentioned, you can just leave the arms out and swaddle around the torso, which is a nice feature, but the Halo swaddles and sleep sacks are kind of pricey. So for us, we went with sleep sacks from this brand called Eufos, I don't know how to pronounce it, but they come in various sizes and various patterns. So we've been very happy with these, and they're made with cotton. So at 18 months, my son is actually still using these every time we put him down for a nap and every night he goes to sleep. As far as PJs, the ones from Carter's and Target have been really great. A lot of brands make these like sleep and play suits. These are nice because again, they have a two-way zipper, which makes it a little bit easier for diaper changes. And I think the ones from Target have like the cuff that you can roll over the hand so that it's like a mitten. All right, so I highly recommend that you register for a sound machine and nightlight combo. I love the way that we've been able to establish a routine with the sound machine / nightlight, and my son is an active participant in his routine in being able to turn it off and turn it on. And on top of that, having a sound machine is really nice for babies' naps so that, you know, you can be around the house and making noise if you have other kiddos, a dog that barks. It's kind of nice to have the sound machine to be able to drown out those noises and not wake up baby. The one we have is from Hatch, and it actually has a lot more features than we use on a day-to-day basis. Also, I've had a lot of moments of frustration using the Hatch app, but it seems like it's been okay for the last several months. Really, the best feature that I like about it is that you can change between settings by just tapping the top. And once you have it set up and your settings in the way that you like them, you don't necessarily have to be on Wi-Fi. Like, that is stored in the memory, I guess. So you can still use it by scrolling through the settings by tapping on the top of it. The one I've linked though is a little bit different from the one that we have. I like this one because you're able to actually like move it around since it sits on a charging base. You don't have to plug it in and unplug it every time you want to move it to a different room, or say take it to grandma and grandpa's house and have it there for when baby takes a nap. So yes, it's a little bit more travel friendly. We also have another sound machine from Skip Hop, and it's super cute. It's in the shape of an owl, but I really don't like how loud the buttons are. Every time you want to like turn up the volume or go to a different setting, it really like just makes a loud clicking noise. But I will say it has come in handy on holidays where there's fireworks. We turn it on so that it helps my dog mellow out a little bit since she hates the sound of the fireworks. Also, my sister-in-law recently used this sound machine and she said it didn't work as well as the one that they have at home. All right, so pacifiers are one of those things that are really going to depend on whether you want to use them for your baby or not. I didn't register for any, but I did receive several different kinds, and I'm actually very glad that it worked out that way because because we did end up using a couple of them. So what you want to look out for in a pacifier, especially if you plan on breastfeeding, is that the base is wider than the tip and that the tip is actually round and not like that flat shape. I really liked these ones from Ninico, but because Theo had a very high arched palate, he had a bit of a hard time holding onto it in his mouth, but I think he kind of liked it too. However, the ones he did better at holding in his mouth were from Dr. Brown's, Philips Avent, which are probably the most popular type of pacifier you might see, and these ones from Itsy Ritzy. All right, so to close out this video, I do want to address a couple of things in regards sleep and baby safety. So the first one is once baby falls asleep, and if they have a pacifier in the mouth, to go ahead and remove that. Also, check that the volume on the sound machine isn't too loud. I think the max that is recommended is like 60 decibels, and I think there's an app that you can get so you can actually test how loud the sound machine is. But I'm going to link a video I saw that talks a little bit more in detail about this. And finally, I did mention earlier I would use a muslin blanket to cover the car seat. This is fine if you're indoors in an air-conditioned setting, but if you're going to be outdoors, definitely take that cover off because it's going to trap a lot of heat and cause baby to overheat. Even though muslin blankets are super breathable, it's still a risk. The fourth thing I'm going to say, which you've probably already heard 1,000 times, is that baby doesn't need a pillow, a blanket, stuffed toys, or any bumpers in their sleeping space. So according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, these all pose a suffocation risk in that first year of life. All right, so that's where I'm going to leave this video. If you have any questions, if you feel like I left something out, please feel free to leave that in the comments section below, and I will see you in the next video.